y siempre él tiene alguna respuesta para cada momento del partido, independientemente de las dificultades que él mismo tenga. Y creo que hoy lo ha hecho más como asistidor y no como definidor, pero la asistencia del segundo gol en el minuto 89-90, como dije creo que en las primeras conferencias, él ha naturalizado tanto jugadas que son muy difíciles de hacer que ahora las vemos como normales, pero eso es una asistencia de super crack, ¿no?
All right, for Cincinnati, it's a 2-goal lead, Herc. Choke or show? Was it more Cincinnati letting it slip, or was Inter Miami putting another show like they have done recently?
This was more choke, but there is some show here. Let me start with the choke for our friends at Cincinnati. Cincinnati was up 2-0, 67th minute. They could have closed this game out in the final 22 minutes of this game, and it could have even been 4-0. They were that good. They were
8
that
shots on goal in total.
On target. This was a very good performance by Cincinnati until it wasn't. But you could have put this game away. If you ever had a moment where you say Leo Messi won't be at his best and he's only going to have a few opportunities, Leo Messi's he's going to be inoperative in the final third. Sergio Busquets is going to look like a player who's 35 years old, who's coming off of his 5th game in 15 days. That's what it looked like, and you would have taken it. It was that good of a performance where all of a sudden they were playing a high line Inter Miami, and Cincinnati was taking advantage of that high line. They should have put this game away. Pat Noonan and that team should have put it away. You have an MVP candidate, Lucho Acosta, who played very well, pulling the strings. You got your big man involved as well in goals with Brandon Vasquez. You were running the show until the show ran you, and that show being Lionel Messi. In 2 plays, he shows you why he's not only the best player playing in North America, but why he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. 2 distinctive plays where he couldn't dribble by somebody. No, that wasn't going to happen. But with his foot, with his vision, pinpoint cross in the first goal, boom! Second goal, the last play of the game. You want your big players to come out in those big moments. That's what he did. He had 3 players from Cincinnati around him. They were so scared that he would dribble by him that they let off.
Yeah,
in the moment
space.
He saw the sliver of space between 3 players, he sends a cross that only Campana, and Campana only can get. Alves Pau can't reach it, and boom, you mentioned it. Campana didn't even have to jump. It was perfect. It was Messi.
It was both assists by Messi traveled at least 25 yards. That shouldn't happen. A ball traveling that long when you are leading the game, that shouldn't happen. Now, not every time you lose a 2-goal lead is a choke job, right? There's another team in front. There's another team across the street. And teams now are on notice. No lead is safe when you're facing Inter Miami and Lionel Messi. It doesn't matter if he's not having the greatest game. He will find a space. He will find a moment and alter the game in some sort of fashion. Now, I don't want to say that since he lost it just like that they choked. But if there was going to be one game in which they had a lot of opportunities to put it away, it was exactly this game. They had a bad game against Columbus recently, and now you let this game slip away from you? Well, bad for morale as well.
I'm sure if you ask Pat Noonan, if you ask Brandon Vasquez, Lucho Acosta, even Nick Hagland, who's a local boy from Cincinnati, misses that penalty kick, each one of them will tell you, we beat ourselves. Messi's the greatest of all time. That is great.
And they'd be right.
Nobody's taking that away from Messi. Nobody's discounting his greatness. But you had it there. In the same way that FC Dallas had it in Dallas, you had him in a situation where this is over. This shouldn't be a contest. You can clearly see how fatigued Inter Miami are. Busquets was clearly fatigued. Jordi Alba was fatigued. Leo Messi was fatigued. Everybody, Kristoff was playing on one leg, the center back. Everybody was fatigued. And you had him exactly where you want him, and you let him slip. And you cannot do that. You cannot afford those spaces. You cannot afford a player of that magnitude like Messi to come back into the game like that.
No, you cannot give him second chances, because if you do, then you're going to have to pay. Now, Tata Martino made some changes, including change the shape, played with 3 center backs, let Messi and Campana play up front.
3-5-2, yes.
3-5-2. But do you think Tata Martino somehow, some way, had a big impact on the end result with changes and adjustments?
Yeah, so it's very easy to say you had Messi, and you're right, they had Messi. And Messi is quintessential into all on this, because without Messi, this doesn't happen. I don't care what the formation is. But let's peel back the curtain a little bit and give Tata Martino his flowers, which I know you hate to do. But Tata
I don't hate to do that. No.
Oh, the production
I give credit when credit's due.
Production was very clear that you'd be very upset in this one. All right.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Tata Martino, here go your flowers. Okay. Tata Martino made a few changes. He kept Messi, he kept Jordi, he kept Busquets, but he went to a 3-5-2, an extra center back, trying to mirror Cincinnati. And with that, they are down 2-0. His team is clearly fatigued. So what does Tata Martino do? He reacts. Minute 58, he takes out the following. He takes out Kamal Miller, he takes out Mota, the defensive midfielder, and he takes out Yedlin, the right back. Kamal Miller being the center back. All defensive players. He adds in Robert Taylor, okay? He adds in David Ruiz in the center midfield, and Facundo Farias, the new Argentine winger. Okay, 10 minutes later, the first goal. Okay, they're still down 2-1. Minute 78, takes out Diego Gomez from the midfield, takes out Tomas Aviles, the center back, and he puts in Noah Allen, and he puts in Joseph Martinez, goes a left-footed defensive player, so Jordi Alba could advance up the field and puts in a second striker. So now what you have in this situation is you have Busquets dropping into the center back position, and you have Jordi Alba up top, and they're operating with almost 6-7 players up top. Messi in the midfield as that 10 and 2 9s. He threw the kitchen sink. Tata Martino threw the kitchen sink. And guess what? It worked. Give this man his flowers. Now, you still have Messi on the pitch, and that is one hell of a ringer. But give Tata Martino his flowers. He found a way.
If you know your team is running out of gas, like Inter Miami is running out of gas, right? They look extremely tired, and they had to play extra time, right? Because during Leagues Cup, 90 minutes, PKs. If your team is tired, then do not change things that much. Do not go and play with 3 center backs. You've said this many, many times. Playing with that formation takes time to develop chemistry, to develop the system, to develop it. You've said that many times.
Smart.
You said that. No, and the tactical class you just gave was outstanding. Now, Tata made a huge mistake and put his team in danger. He put his team in a position to fail. And they were not just losing the game. They were completely overwhelmed by Cincinnati at some points of the game.
Okay.
Let me finish. So what does he do then? The logical thing, right? Take some players off the field that are not playing really well or are tired, and then bring Angel Di Maria from Finland, right? Robert Taylor. Then let Messi be Messi. Do not ask him just to hang around with your number 9 with Campana, where he was completely ineffective. So the first decisions that Tata Martino made leading up to the game were completely wrong. And he put his team in an awful position. Then he did what you said. The logical decisions, which in the end, you give the ball to Messi, that magical left foot, he's going to find someone to tie the game.
I don't know how logical it is having Busquets play as a center back.
He's done it. Oh, he's done it many times.
Play as a winger. That's not very logical.
They've done it.
Not coming off of your 15th day in 5 games. And now you can say he created errors or there was a mistake on his part, the lineup, but you're not taking Messi out of that equation. You're not taking Busquets out of the equation or Jordi Alba.
Well, why would you?
Well, hold on. Because Busquets is 35 years old and playing his 5th game in 15 days. And because Messi, I would not take Messi out, but you can clearly see he was affected physically. But the thing is, Messi is Messi, and you leave him there for as long as he can be there because he will give you that moment of brilliance. He will give you that moment of magic. But Tata Martino did exactly what he was supposed to do to protect the rest. Now, it's very difficult to nitpick at what he did when he's sitting here after 6 weeks and going to play his second trophy opportunity, and you're sitting here saying he ruined it.
He was very, very near to ruining it. Very, very, this close. 96 minute.
Listen, I know you're upset. I know you're upset because of Mexico.
I'm not going to give him a lot of flowers, but I do not understand this narrative that he's somehow
you're upset
becoming a genius, a Pep Guardiola 2.0.
He was always a very good coach.
No, he's not. He's been an okay coach. He's been an okay coach.
Because he didn't do well with the Mexican national team does not mean he's not a good coach.
He was very, very lucky to be close friends with Messi's dad. That's why he went to Barcelona. Failed miserably.
Wow. Nothing he did in those old boys.
And now that Inter Miami needed a different kind of manager, it was maybe a good idea to have someone with some sort of relation relationship
The
so that
national team
Messi
Paraguay.
felt comfortable.
Did you forget about the national team Paraguay? Did you forget about the two times he took Argentina to the final?
Yeah, and how did he do in those finals?
They lost in penalty
They lost, right? They
Penalty
lost
kicks.
with Messi, with a great
kicks.
team. Do you think? Hold on. Do you think Tata Martino is a great manager? He's got a great career as a
In
manager.
Major League Soccer, he's proven
He's
it.
got he won one title.
No, two.
One.
What's the League's Cup?
Counting League's Cup as an MLS title?
Well, listen,
Come on, man.
the man has tournament titles.
Come on, man.
He's a very good coach at this level.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.